application x64 Windows installer. I think that's MSI. Check that. Yeah, that's the MSI package. And Windows installer, Windows firewall configurator, MSI. Okay. So okay, let's start. Shall we? So 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. As the clients, as the yeah, you were saying. Somebody saying.
No, go on. Sorry.
Or shall we wait? 3, 2, 1. And so we start the day 3 of SCCM class and online class, that is. And yeah, good. I wanted to make sure. So the recording has started for the online as well. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what we have covered till now, and this is main thing about the client installation is that if we do not have that client, SCCM client, so if I finally start using something new here to no, not assign, share. So guys, I'm going to the board, whiteboard. The unique thing about this board is that it is white. Just kidding. Okay, so if we have everyone is able to see the whiteboard. Everyone is able to see the whiteboard.
Yes, I see the whiteboard.
All right. So okay, if these are the two clients, and this is this machine, so I have a DC here, and I have a SCCM server here, and this is Win7. Let's make it richer company. Let's give it another client. So now it has Win8. So if you do not deploy, so if I go for client and so in my case, this has the SCCM client installed, and if I go, oh, okay, so if I go for pencil, so this is correct. Whoa, okay, sorry. Um, yeah, pencil tool, okay. Yes, okay, that was a bad right, but this is right, and this does not have SCCM client. So anyone can tell me what will happen? Now, today, we are going to start. You can actually put your comments on chat because I'm also always looking at chat. So whenever I ask a question, you could actually just, type your answer there that it's going to do this whenever I ask the question. So, and I also would be knowing that how many are there, how many are actually, going to reply. So if I have a SCCM client installed in Windows 7 and I don't have a Windows on Windows 8 for today or for our production environment, today we are deploying applications. Only those computers will receive it from SCCM which have what? The SCCM client, right? So if the SCCM communication is so this client is communicating with SCCM, and SCCM is giving it the policies or the changes we are going to make to SCCM that affect all the clients, and you would know where are you're typing. Oh, everyone is seeing the whole whiteboard? Okay.
Yes.
And whatever I typed, everyone is seeing that, right? That's also yes. Okay, so I'm on the whiteboard and I have just typed a lot of some sentences. I hope everyone is able to see that. Okay,
Yes.
okay, thank you for confirming that. And so Windows 8 will not be able to communicate with this. Now, the main problem was that I pushed my SCCM client, and followed all steps, uh, but client is still not showing on both, is not showing. So that was the automatic push. If you are doing it, so you're pushing that client from the server, and you're just waiting for that. Even you see that CCM setup showing .exe showing mm, in the task manager, and still you wait like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and still it's not showing anything, or either on the server side by saying showing yes, or the client side. So there has to be another way. About this automatic client installation push, which we were doing in the last class until now, it's not the most effective way of deploying the clients. In the last slide, we did know that there are 7 other ways to deploy this client. Um, there has to be a reason that how so many ways are there to deploy clients, and this is one of them. That okay, if one way doesn't succeed, go for the other one, or just for whatever infrastructure you already have. Why don't we use that? We already have group policy. We already have Windows SUS. The companies always have Windows Software Update Services, and then companies always create images of Windows 7, Windows 8 to deploy to new machines. So we already install SCCM in those images manually. So whenever the images are deployed, they just communicate with SCCM server saying, "Hey, I'm there. Any policy, any software deployment, anything you want me to do, sir? SCCM server, sir." So that's why. Um, uh, so there are many ways to deploy this client to the SCCM client to the Windows machine. The main thing is it must. Huh? Okay. Roland. So that was an interesting news. Maybe it was a news or a movie, but anyway. So uh, we must have that client. So guys, this question is still there. Who the 2 more have joined? See the chat and answer the question. Do you see? Does the Windows client says yes or no? So please go to the chat and do that. Okay. So I'm just going to back to the slide and then to the machines to. Okay. What I was trying to say here, if this method does not succeed of what we were trying to do, then there are 2 more, and those 2 methods are what? There is a manual SCCM client deployment, and then there is a group policy SCCM client DEPL. So we can deploy in both ways this client. Let's quickly do that. So it should be in the record as well. First of all, I'm going to try the manual way, manual SCCM client deployment. This we always do where the SCCM is not working. What's GP? Okay, so okay, no, Swastik. Yeah, okay, so Swastik, yes, you could just try to see in now the 2 other ways to deploy the clients, because if there are no clients, we cannot do anything with the SCCM server. We cannot make a SCCM server to put or make any changes to your Windows clients if you don't have the SCCM client there, right? So I'm just gonna go there and do this quickly. So and then Swastik, you can also try to follow this one if you have your machines on. Everyone should have their machines on. So I'm just gonna go back to my screen. I'm leaving the whiteboard for now, going to my monitor 1, and there you go. And I'm still making it to as far as the test is going. So I'll just keep on testing as well. But actually, I should not do that. Maybe now may give you a problem. So first thing is how to deploy the client manually. So I'm on my SCCM server already. My Windows 7 machine is showing yes, but my Windows 8 machine is not showing yes. So yes means what? The clients are uh, the clients are okay. So the clients are communicating with the SCCM server, right? And it always goes away when I change the main, so I have to put both screens there again just to have a eye on that. Okay, so now Windows 8 machine is not communicating, so I'm just going to go to the Windows 8 machine and try to deploy the client manually, which is very easy. So Windows 7 machine is client, in my case it's client Mac. So if I go there and this is my Windows 7 machine. If I go to my command prompt and try to type the host name, client Mac. Okay, so in the control panel, we have we should if we go to our client machine and go to the control panel, system and security, the configuration manager should be showing now for the machines which have already the SCCM client, right? So configuration manager is there. I double click the configuration manager inside the control panel inside system and security, and go to all the components, which there are very many different components that have been installed. Actions, select an action on a client cycle independently from schedules that are configured. So this is all the services that this client can receive from our SCCM server. And you can notice this option run now, which means it's updating that particular service, right? So we're gonna use this, but I just wanted to go with the configuration manager options here on the client side. So, and we're gonna be working with all these options as well. The site, does everyone sees TOR in their site, in the site tab? Whoever is, so you could just type there yes, or you could in the chat, and I'll just look at the answers. But you should see that configuration manager. Uh, okay, and you should see Tor there. So okay, so I get the chat answers, and please do answer whatever questions in chat. You are in client or server. So I'm in the client, Windows 7 client, and I've opened the configuration manager here. So if everyone is on the configuration manager inside Windows 7 client machine or Windows 8 client machine, whichever has SCCM deployed successfully, and then the Tor should be showing there. Make sure that it is showing. The rest of the options are just proxy and configurations and cache, which we will configure later. Main thing is that on the site it should show Tor. On the actions it should show some of these services that the SCCM is offering and will be offering, which we're going to configure. So this means the client is successfully installed. Now I will go to Windows 8, and first of all I would want to make sure that I'm logged in from my domain administrator. This has not communicated with the SCCM yet, that Windows 8 client, and I'm making sure that the firewall is off on Windows 8 client, and I'm going to try to manually deploy the SCCM client on this one. So in order to manually deploy, we just need to access the in order to manually deploy. So when we deploy it manually, when you have tried the automatic installation and it has failed, right? Then we deploy the client manually for troubleshooting purposes. If it's not troubleshooting purpose, the client get installed and it shows yes on the server side. So I'm on Windows 8 client, which did not get deployed. So this is Windows 8, and if I go back and show you my SCCM server, this is the Windows 8 client in the devices inside the assets and compliance. And this Windows client is showing no. My Windows 7 client is showing yes. So I'm going to try to deploy now, and by the end of the class, I'll check back if it has communicated or not. Otherwise, there will be further troubleshooting. So I'm going to go to Windows 8 client and going to just open the Windows yellow folder, and I should know the name of my SCCM server, and I'll just go to my SCCM server, to the local server, and it is server 2, and everyone should have this name as server 2 or whatever name you put there. So I'm going back to my Windows 8 client. Let me know if I'm going fast, and you know what, then I'm gonna just go faster just for your sake. No, I'm just kidding, I'll go slow. Let me know if I'm going faster. What I'm trying to do here is trying to deploy manually Windows 8 client. So // my our SCCM server name is server 02, and if I do / again, there will be these shared folders in server 2 that would have the file, the client side file. So in our case, or in any case, when you create a site name, this is the SMS store site. This site name SMS store will have the client folder. If I click that, so I am in Windows 8 and I'm logged in from domain administrator, and I have accessed the SCCM shared folder called SMS_store. I think everyone can see that folder. You can reply me in the chat by saying yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to the client folder inside the SMS store shared folder on SCCM server while I'm on Windows 8 client, from Windows 8 client. So double click client, and this is the CCM setup application. It says application here and CCM setup is there. So I'm gonna right click that and run as administrator, and click that file, CCM setup, which is the application, not the cabinet file, the application file. And I would go directly quickly to task manager, and there's the CCM setup started already. So in case we do not see this when we deploy like this, if I go back to my SCCM server, right click install client and go to install client and do this wizard, which you already know and you may have deployed it many times like this. If this doesn't work, we can go directly through the shared folder of SCCM server and double click CCM setup, and it is now running. I would let it run, and on Windows 8 client, I'm just going to go back and make sure that whenever I started my SCCM server, if firewall did not go started, so it did not start, which is okay. So there should be no hindrances between them as far as the communication is going. I'll just quickly check the NS lookup on Windows 8 client, which shows okay, dc01 mydomain.local, and well, NS lookup comes then still okay, server. So in my case it's dc01, in your case it's server 01. By name it's pinging and FQDN is fully showing, so the communication is there. CCM setup is still there. I'll just leave it like that now here for the manual installation, and I'll go back and check for the third type, which is the group policy installation. Uh, so you may all have remembered the group policy. We have to go to domain controller and then go to tools, and then so the third way is by group policy you can deploy the SCCM client. But we need to have what? First, if we go to the domain controller and go to the group policy management, and it opens there. We should remember that we have deployed there through assigned and published the policy. In group policy, how to deploy SCCM client, how do we go there? I will just create new group policy, or we can just work with the default domain policy, but I'm just creating a new quick group policy. Deploy SCCM client, and press OK, and it's on the domain that I'm doing that. So regardless of which server, even on the domain controller is also included here, or I can just create a new OU, put those two clients there, Windows 7, Windows 8, and just deploy the policy there, right? So it's up to me. So I'll right click that policy and go to computer configuration, policies, software settings. I want every computer to have this SCCM client. So you can deploy software like this, but I must have a central folder which is shared from which I can deploy this policy. So it's the same like assign and publish, right? So I'll just quickly try to create a folder. So C drive, and I'll just create. I already have the soft folder called software or soft, and here I need to put the SCCM the .msi file. So I had already a folder open here in SCCM, or I can go from here. I'll just backslash and go to server 2 shared folder. What I need right now, SCCM file which is MSI. Why? Because I need to deploy SCCM client through group policy, the third way. If I go to the SMS store and if I open, now I'm inside domain controller and I'm trying to access the same shared folder which I accessed from Windows 8 before, right? So the client folder is still there, of course. And there is Windows installer file I was looking at, and this is the client file which is .msi. So how would I be sure that it's the correct file? This is our lab. I could just double click this file and check if it gives me any error. Otherwise, I will have to look for the proper window, MSI file from the Microsoft site. But if I double click that, this is the client.msi. If I run it just on the domain controller, because it's the lab, and I'm just looking for something, any disruptive thing that it should not give any kind of disruptive thing. Then we can just put it to the group policy and add it and deploy it, and hope for everything working good. Please wait while Windows Configuration Manager client. Okay, setup was not launched because ccm setup.exe. Please run ccm setup.exe to install Configuration Manager. Okay. So that's what I wanted to see, because before deploying anything, we cannot just go blindly and do that. This is the CCM setup file. Okay, so I'll just simply go for MSI file that shows that. So I'm quickly accessing a site there, which is configuration manager .msi client file for group policy. So I'll just put that there, and how to install configuration client, ccm.msi. Okay, I'm looking for a file called ccm.msi. So I'm just gonna rename this CCM setup, and I want to search for every file that is CCM, and one of them should be Client update, SMS store, CCM setup. Oh, there are just few files. Okay, they're in it. So that's the same folder that has every file. So, oh, sorry, not this one.
I think there was one CCM setup Windows installer.
That MSI, right?
Yeah, you can go back to
In
the
64.
You can search it again, I guess.
Yeah. This client folder is actually in the C drive as well. So instead of searching in the share, oh, I'm in the DC. I'll just quickly go there. Yeah, I'm already in the local folder. So where's the local folder? This is the path for the local folder. Program files, Microsoft Configuration Manager, client. If I go to SCCM setup star.msi,
You found one on that server.
okay, there is this. There it is. Okay, so CCM setup, which is .msi. Okay, copy, and that's in. Okay, I'll just quickly create a folder here. C drive. Do I have a software folder? Okay, there it is. And if I put there, okay, good. This is the file, and I'll just quickly dump it on DC01 / C dollar. And there's the C drive of the domain controller where I wanted to put that. Okay, CCM setup MSI file is there. Good, done. Okay. I'm ready to deploy this through group policy now. And for that, I need to simply share that soft, right? So I'm just going to go for soft folder because it needs to be shared so that file could be deployed to all the clients. In SCCM 2007, this was the preferred way to deploy SCCM client because the automatic installation of SCCM was pain in previous systems as well. Everyone add, read, share, the simple shared folder permissions. So my shared folder path is DC01 / soft. Done. So it's shared now. Now I just need to give it a path. Give the path on the SCCM client. Right click, edit, and I create a new policy called deploy SCCM client, right? So policies, computer configuration, policies, software settings, software installation. First, always, we need to always go to properties to tell this software installation where is that shared folder where the MSI files are located, right? So software installation, right click and properties. Let me know if I'm going fast. Yes, you're going fast. Oh, come on, I'm going slow. Oh, anyway, just kidding. So // DC01 / soft. What is this path? This is the path on my domain controller of that folder where the MSI file is. So apply, okay. So it's all about, my group policy is perfectly working or not. So right click again. First we give the path, where's the shared folder. Now we just create a package, new package. This is and there is that path, and it just opened into that path, right? So there is that CCM setup file. Double click that. I would put it as assigned. Already published is grayed out because it's not a user. It's a machine we are trying to push it to. So I'm gonna press OK, and the package, because it's connected to domain, so I just actually pushed that file to everyone. That policy, when you apply the group policy, you have to do one thing. What's that? GP update. Okay, that was still good to try, and yeah, we
Force.
always are. Yeah, actually, you're right. Okay, GPU is force. Let's do that, and group policy on the client side, we could just wait. The update has completed successfully. The following warnings were encountered. The group policy was unable to apply. One or more user log on. The system will wait for the group policy processing to finish completely before. Yeah, okay. Certain computer policies are enabled that can only run during startup. So since it's a computer policy, we cannot just log off and log in and check that policy. We have to restart the computer to check that, right? But anyway, this is the way, third way to do that. Oh, what did I do? No. Okay, to restart. Yes. So restarting the computer, but I just closed it. But I think did it just not restart because I click close, or it's still going to restart? So we're gonna find that out. Anyway, group policy, through that easily we can deploy SCCM client. Manually, easily we can deploy. There you go. I knew that's why I was putting that screen there. I restarted my DC. It's always a good practice to have SCCM, AAA working for SCCM or whatever clients we have in the domain, the authentication, authorization, and auditing. Since I pressed yes and actually restarted my DC, I need to wait it to come back. But still, the main thing is that you can, now there are three ways. One is inside SCCM you can deploy automatic deployment, which we were doing. Then second way is manual way, which I showed you. You can follow the video later. And the third way is this, that you can deploy through group policy and always assign. Don't make it as an option. Okay, so DC will just start while I can go to the other topic. I'll just come back and check if the DC has, is it already there or not? Oh, it's okay. It restarted. Yeah, anyone wants to talk?
Yeah, question.
Yep.
Yeah, have you already pushed that package to the clients?
Sorry again?
By GPU update, has it been already pushed?
Or on the domain controller, no, where I'm testing now. But it has been pushed to everyone actually. So I put a update, group policy management. Through that, I deployed it to all the computers in the domain.
So all the clients will be already having.
Those who are already having will not be affected. Those which does not have it, it will just deploy there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay.
Okay. And Roland, yeah, the question is that what are you, are we still deploying configure manager in other ways? Yes, we are deploying config manager in two other ways. One is the manual way of deploying, which I just showed before this. Then the second way is to deploy the SCCM through group policy. So I've showed two other ways. Although total there are 8 ways to deploy SCCM, but these are the two other ways we can deploy across the domain or do a troubleshooting on fewer Windows machines. You can follow the video. I need to go ahead now. So I am just back here. The SCCM client, I could just check or have an idea that did it launch on the startup. It may have or it may not have. But it is assigned and it is the domain controller as well. I could just go later and check on the status of the clients. I'll just give it a time and then come back and later. So you can see here now that the manual way of deploying on Windows 8, it was no before. Now it is yes. So I successfully deployed this client with a manual procedure on Windows 8. So it did not have that. Now it has the client communicating. So I'll just go, if I just go to the control panel, should be showing that configuration manager. Yeah, there it is. Good. So there was no client. I deployed through manual way. So when you're stuck, it's not working, the client is not deploying, don't stop. Just go for the other ways, right? Installing the client automatically, the first way is also a painful. I mean, like, it's not been very successful. And when you Google it, there will be, everyone, even the experts, SCCM experts will say, hey, that's why there are other ways, because the first way is not the perfect way to do it. Although it should be short, next, finish, but it doesn't work always. So configuration manager is there. I'll just quickly check at once if the components are there, actions are there. Okay, every action is populated and site is showing the correct site name, Tor. Okay, that's good. Okay, guys, the SCCM must be showing yes for the clients for the next exercise to be helpful. And if you want to complete that next exercise successfully. So the next one is to deploy applications over the clients like Google Chrome. So I have sent a link to everyone on the Google group, and everyone should just download those software inside the SCCM machine. I'm just going to show that now. Oh, I'm inside the SCCM machine. So since I think many of us are here now, not the whole class, but guys, you should all be watching those YouTube videos whose link, their link was sent to you on the Google group, SCCM Google group. Please watch those videos and follow those labs. Have 2 sets of SCCM and deploy on both all these. And yeah, one more thing: the screenshots are compulsory. You must show the screenshots of any of the configuration areas of the labs we have done. So I'll be following up with the screenshots. The client screenshots were submitted by 3 people. So the rest of other students, I need screenshots of the client.
I'm sorry, you sent already the links?
The links for the YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, they should be in the. So Manzur, are they there?
Yes, I signed it. Yes, I already signed it.
Okay. Yeah, or if you could send it again, that would be both the links and today's link.
I will do
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Guys, everyone, those YouTube videos and today's video also, day 3. Please follow those videos. Everything is there. I've deployed, performed everything as well. Then I've sent the screen, all the other, some of the step-by-step screenshots of some pages on the internet. So I would follow up from now on for the screenshots. I know everyone is busy. This is also important. You have to give it a priority as well, since the class is going on. After the class, okay, then it's up to you at your own speed. But right now, you need to send the screenshots of all the labs. So I'm going to send an email for filling up, a kind of a table for against every name. Did you send a screenshot for this? So I'm just gonna start putting yes for whoever has sent the screenshot of a successful lab.
I didn't receive those links for the YouTube. None from you, none from Manzur. I have none. I didn't receive any. I got the link from the Dropbox for the software from you.
Okay, so he will resend, no problem. But I did send all the other links for the pages as well, right, to the SCCM group.
Previously, like 3-4 days. Yeah. I was following up, doing the lab.
All the others. Okay, all the others are there.
Are more convenient, faster to follow than the video,
Yeah, exactly.
I got something that it helped me a lot. Like I got my Windows 7 clients too. Remember we were like I just joined and joined them back, and then they got the client by themselves without pushing them like manually.
Hey, that's a good idea. So that's another step of troubleshooting when we have fewer clients. Okay. So yeah, the YouTube video links will be again sent to everyone. So please try to see those videos. during the commuting, during when you're in the subway, put it in your cell phones or tablets, and watch those videos again and again. Every step is crucial to building up an complete a successful SCCM server environment. Okay, let's go for the next one, which is um, okay. So yeah, this is a screen I wanted to show everyone that people are shy of communicating, and then their clients are not installed, or they are way behind and they are not communicating as well. So were there any issues? How was the SCCM client deployment? Were there any issues? Who is not able to successfully deploy SCCM clients? I still have that question in the chat. That is everyone showing? Is it showing yes for all? So I'm sending it again. Please reply to that yes or no. If you say no, it's okay. I'm not gonna come inside the screen and scare you. It's just that I just need some some update on that. Okay. Second thing is, who's not able to successfully SCCM deploy SCCM clients to the Windows 7 8 machine? Please contact me like other students did, and don't be shy like this little boy. Okay, let's go ahead and let's not be shy. So their configuration manager, we just saw that. Now it's it should be showing the Tor site, and we just saw that. If I go ahead, there is still all those tabs which we have seen. This is what we will be seeing. This is also okay. Software Center, I think we haven't seen that. I'll quickly show that, because when you see the first indication that the client is installed, the Software Center should also have be there. Should be there. So if I go to Windows 7 machine of mine, I'm on Windows 7 machine. If I type Software Center, there it is. If you just type soft, and Software Center should pop up, and it should look like okay, and it should look like okay again, and it should look like okay. Come on, would you please show up? Okay, so let me just type that again. Oh, and it should look like this. This. Okay. Available software, installation status, installed software options. That's what we intend to populate. Okay. Thanks for the answer in the chat. So everyone can answer in the chat if they see the SCCM client showing yes or no. So you can know where the chat is, and you can reply to the chat. That's for everyone who has joined. Okay. So this Software Center is, and then I'll just go to Windows 8, and I'm just gonna type again. And on the search, I'm just gonna go for software, and there you go. Software Center always appear when the SCCM client has successfully installed. Okay, so Manzur, Hamdan, Roland have deployed the clients. What about Syed, Swastik, Naseem, and Gregory and Farhad? Are you looking at the chat? Yeah, I have it. Oh, okay. Roland has it. Yeah. But what about others who are not replying in the chat? I've just took the name. Please be attentive and be interactive, and try to answer the questions in the chat as soon as I ask. Thank you. So I would also know. Oh, those guys are, there. So I'm a bit behind. Okay, that's okay. But yeah, let me know. Good. That's good. And let me know. Okay. Thank you for the replies. Let's go ahead and please keep replying, everyone. And I'll be asking more questions. So and you should be at once quickly replying in chat, right? So that's how we can go quickly, and I would know the responses that you're following the concepts as well. Let's go ahead with the application deployment, which is going to be a little different. We just already went through this, so I'm just going to go to the slide. Okay, go. Yeah, client push was the first way, and that's not the only perfect way to deploy application. Yeah, guys. So one more thing I wanted to tell, that two students, want the clients was not working. So I asked them, okay, do you have TeamViewer? And then yes, I connected to through the TeamViewer to their computers, and we tried to troubleshoot and actually successfully deploy the clients, SSM clients. So, or at least knew the reason, right? So everyone, please let me know that if you're really stuck with client installing the client, or you're stuck with the installation, basic installation. It's okay. I'm here to help, right? So I have team viewer ready. In any of the other days, you could just ask me, hey, can you connect at this time in the evening through team viewer? I'm stuck in the installation, basic installation, or I'm stuck in making those discoveries or anything else, and especially deploying the client. So I'm here to help. I can connect to your team viewer through team viewer to your computer and just troubleshoot your SCCM environment. So let's have everyone. Everyone should be, trying their best to do that. If you're falling behind, let me know. Involve me in this. Okay. Overview of client, and this is a client push group policy using software update point client installation. We're going to be doing that in next class. The WSUS version of SCCM, which is a bit more having lots of features. Manual, we just did that. Logon script we can do through group policy as well. Software distribution we can do as well through SCCM software distribution, or through WDS as well. Operating system deployment and computer imaging. Both these ways we can already have the SCCM client added to the image. So group policy and manual, these are the other two ways we just did today, and you can follow the video. Okay, next go ahead, and yeah, these were all the client stuff. This was the part from the previous slide as well. I'm just going to go ahead now. We have done covered the client part, that how other ways we can deploy the client. Does your device's page look like this? I'm asking again and again. Why I'm asking again and again? Yes or no? Because if the clients do not show here yes, any of the next labs or majority of the next labs are not possible. So you must have the client saying yes in SCCM, right? So I'm going to follow up from now on with each one of you. You can let me know, and easily, and it's not like something test and I'm like, hey, why did you do that? We are all friends, right? So I'm here to make it successful. We are all here to make this class successful. So for this, let me follow up with you, and please reply and work with me. Okay, let's quickly see how to perform manual. Yeah, we did that. Now, so the new things: software, applications, and packages. Are there hardware applications? So okay, so everything is software always, right? So applications and packages we need to deploy. This is still I will say yes. Okay, thanks for that reply in the chat. So application deployment, first of all, we must have the client saying yes. Second thing is that applications, suppose there are 10,000 clients in the domain, and you want to deploy application of Google Chrome. You need to deploy Adobe Acrobat. You need to deploy Foxit Reader. We have all these three, right? I'm a bit suspicious about that Adobe Acrobat.msi file, so we can try the other two first, the Foxit Reader and Google Chrome. Let's go ahead one by one. What it says. So in previous SCCM versions, packages were used to deploy software which had limitation and less features. So there's a way to deploy applications through a feature called packages, and then there's a way to deploy these software with a feature called applications in SCCM. So these are both wizards that start and ask series of questions in order to deploy the applications or software successfully in the SCCM environment. So there was a way called packages, and there was a way called applications, right? We're going to go to those, and we're going to try them today. So which had limitation and less features. So packages had limitations and less features in this version 2012 for software deployment. Now we have a new option called applications, which is the new and recommended way to deploy. Okay, it will have more options and easier way to deploy, and we're gonna know right today how easy or difficult. So for okay, Yeah. So in SCCM, we will observe the terms distribute and deploy used often. So did you distribute that? Okay, it's distributed. But did you deploy it? Oh, okay, now it is. So distribute means what? Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to use these terms distribute and deploy often when performing application or slash package creation tasks. We're going to create those applications or packages, which means that we're going to make them ready to be deployed over the network to thousands of machines. These terms are not the same when working with SCCM 2012. They used to be like that, but now it is package deployment. So package deployment refers to the act of enabling the remote installation or removal of a software. When you deploy an application package slash package, you deploy it to a collection. Of course, we deploy to machines, right? But now we have machines and users. So collection of machines or and collection of users can be there. We just have the collection of machines for now. Distribution occurs after the application package creation process, but before package deployment. So we read about package deployment, and this is distribution. So it actually uploads the necessary instruction files to an SCCM distribution point. So if I quickly go to my switchboard, if I switch to the whiteboard, not switchboard. Okay, so if I go to the whiteboard now, everyone to the whiteboard? Yay! Okay, so already there are so many colorful things here, okay, so here we have DC, SCCM, and Windows 7, Windows 8. I think everyone is able to. I just need to see the chat. I think I don't need the participants. So whenever I switch, these two guys just, you know, hide. Okay, so what we need to do now is SCCM is our point of. So if this is our distribution point, right? SCCM is our distribution point, and from here we're going to distribution. So once I write it, it doesn't remove. Cool, not cool, but anyway. So and then there's a deployment. So when we say that we need to deploy a software, first we have to put that software on a distribution point, right? So here we have to place that application. For example, we have oh, I've already used that, right? So I can use this. So we already have the application called adobe.msi, or we have Google Chrome.msi. Okay. So these applications have to be placed on a server that is acting as a distribution point. So what's the meaning of distribution point? A server from where the software is distributed, right? But that does not mean it is deployed to the machines. Distribution point just means that did you copy paste this MSI file on the server, which has the system role called distribution point. That's it. So you just paste the software, or you just put that software. It's just sitting there doing nothing until and unless you start the process of deployment. So distribution point just keeps the software and it waits. That's it. Deployment makes sure that the software is on the distribution point, and then you can deploy any software. Okay, that should be easy, right? So I'm going back to my machines, to the slide and the machines. Okay, I guess this is something I need to do every time. Whenever I switch, I just need to be in touch with this chat, and this is going to, yeah. So deployment and distribution. Distribution, you place the files on that server. Deployment is you actually deploy from the distribution point where the files were placed. You just deploy those applications to the Windows client machines, Windows 7 and Windows 8, right? Okay, so if we go ahead, SCCM 2012 allows you to create applications and packages for distribution. Yep, it does. Creating an application is the recommended manner for use with SCCM 2012. So in SCCM 2007, there was a wizard called packages. We're going to discover everything. Older way was to deploy applications by the feature called packages. Now it says that in 2012 we should use more the feature of application. So we're going to know now, and we're going to later use a lot of it, and we're going to see the difference anyway. So creating an application in SCCM 2012, before you can create an application in SCCM, you must have all the necessary installation files available on a network share. We're going to create that share. I already created that share in DC, but that was for group policy, which has nothing to do with what we are going to do now. So we're going to be creating that share later. So first thing is required is, and that will be on SCCM server itself, although we can have any other server. Then second thing, first create a share. Then you must also give read access to the primary site servers, computer active directory account to that share. When we create a share, we need to add the server 02, which is the SCCM server, and it is the primary site server. And we're going to just add it just like we added once in another active directory. So we're going to do that, these steps. Once prerequisites are met, create application, distribute application, deploy application. So we're going to go through these options of creating the wizard, starting the wizard, and then making sure that those files are distributed, like on a distribution point, they are there. And then from the distribution point, where the applications are just sitting, we can deploy those applications, right? When we're gonna do that, we're gonna understand what we're talking about. Okay, so understanding application deployment terms. So yeah, okay. So understanding the application deployment terms is, when deploying applications, we need to understand the following terms used in the deployment process. Application information. So we need to have all the information about the application. If it's Adobe Acrobat, what company is it from, what version is it, and does it have a Service Pack 2 or Service Pack 1 is released, or how many updates have been released for that, which operating system type it has been released for. So all the information, this provides general information about the application, such as the name, description, version, owner, and administrative categories. Configuration manager can read this information from the application installation files. So this is automatic. SCCM will read some of the information about the software from MSI file. So MSI versions of all the software companies release their MSI version as well. Adobe Acrobat has released their MSI version as well. Google Chrome has released its MSI version. Why? Because they know Microsoft deployment software require MSI versions, and that's how their software will get deployed, and they earn a lot of money from that. Application catalog. So information, we know catalog provides information about how the application is displayed to users who are browsing the application catalog. So it is application catalog. Few of us have already installed that application catalog, because I sent that link where I was saying, hey, I followed step 2 and 3. Yeah, for now it's only MSI, and later we're gonna go for exe, and we're gonna go for all types of files. We're just doing. There was a question in chat that, hey, is it only MSI? So no, it can have any exe file, the catalog, and the distribution point as well. We're going to work with all types of files. Why MSI then only today? because it's the easiest one. Already we are having challenge of there is another question in the chat that is it an attended installation or unattended? So we're going to discover that today, but it's supposed to be unattended installation. And we're going to go through all the steps of that, and we're going to know how it will be deployed. Yeah, we can customize the MSI as well. There are many ways. When you go for packaging and application, you can customize any feature of that application. That is the tough part. We're going to try to do the easy part today, where we need to first basically know how to deploy an application, where to go in SCCM to deploy a basic application. Then slowly we're going to start doing the tough part. What is the difference between there's another question in the chat. What is the difference between unattended and attended? So attended installation is that if I deploy Google Chrome and on the client side on Windows 7 the user is doing his or her work, and he sees that, oh, there is Google Chrome pop up and it says, hey, can you put the key there? What am I? So that user is one of the 10,000 users on whose machines the Google Chrome has been installed, for example. And okay, the key is not there, or maybe it asks, hey, what's your put the machine name? What? Some users are so non-technical, or majority of the users are non-technical. They don't even know how to know the machine name, right? So attended would be like the software will stop and require an answer from the user, or a software will just stop at that. Just like when we install any software, any operating system, it says the license should be accepted, and what's the IP and what's the name you want. So it just stopped there. If we don't put any answer, the installation will not go ahead. Unattended installation, all questions where the application is supposed to stop and ask the input of the user, all those are answered in the background silently. So the application unattended installation is like silently it installs in the background and user has no idea, and it just gets installed and the user sees the icon just showing up right away, right after the installation of the application, or when the user logs off and logs in and see that icon. So unattended means seamless, or does not require any input from the person who is sitting on the PC on which the application is being installed. So yes, SCCM, the aim of deploying applications through SCCM or even with WDS or with group policy is always that the installation should be unattended, not attended, because we're talking about big environments where thousands of machines are there, and we cannot possibly tell every user, hey, you have to put that key, and this is the name there, and this is your computer name, and you should know all this, otherwise just leave the company. No, just kidding. So yeah, so it should be unattended installation. We're going to try to first today know how the application is actually deployed, and what do we expect from the client side, and what is shown inside the software center. Okay, so application catalog provides information about the application. So it is just a local web page, application catalog, and which was deployed, as I was saying, which was deployed by Sam, but because I sent that HTML, but we're going to deploy that today anyway. Application catalog is just a web page where applications are shown, and the user has the privilege to choose, oh, I want Adobe Acrobat. Oh wow, this is an application catalog. Okay, I'll click that and it should silently install in the background. Okay, sure. Oh, where's the clock? Okay, so let's go ahead. Deployment types. A deployment type is contained within an application and contains the information that is required to install software. And these are very basic things. When we start doing it, we're going to know, oh, that's the deployment type. Okay. A deployment type also contains rules that specify if and how the software is deployed, if it is deployed, and how it is deployed. So there, you can deploy it just to the users. You can deploy it just to the machines, or you can deploy without service pack 1, and you can later update it. So there are many ways we can decide how software will be deployed. A single application can have multiple deployment types that use the same technology. Okay, we need to see that there are multiple deployment types, and we're going to show that in the next screen now. What are the deployment types? Understanding application deployment types, actually, not terms. When you deploy an application, you come across two things. What are those two things? Deployment action and deployment purpose. Hey, it should be like that. Deployment action, and deployment purpose. See, I did the echo myself. Okay, anyway, so both of these are really important. I just wanted to wake you up. Oh, I'm also getting, dropping down. Oh, thank you. So deployment action, it includes, so what action you want? Hey, you've deployed an application across 10,000 machines. It's been 1.5 years. Suppose Adobe Acrobat 11 you deployed, and now you want to deploy, you are told by your boss, hey, this next 2 weeks, can you actually uninstall from those 10,000 machines Adobe Acrobat 11 because Adobe Acrobat 12 is there? And the higher management wants that because it has some good features that they want. So it's your job now. In 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks, you can start uninstalling or upgrade, which just which might override the deployment, or which might uninstall first the Adobe Acrobat 11 and then install Adobe Acrobat 12. So we can install an app or uninstall an app by providing relevant information in deployment action. So that action of install or uninstall, you need to decide. Deployment purpose, very important. You have an option to specify deployment purpose as available or required. Do you remember that in group policy there are 2 ways to deploy, which are assigned and publish, right? But here it's a little different, or maybe a lot different. But purpose as available or available mean if the application is deployed to a user. The user sees the published application in the application catalog. This is a web page that we're going to configure, and it's going to start showing the applications, and can request it on demand. So just like Rogers offer on demand movies and stuff, and there's Jurassic what? Jurassic something has, that's the name of the movie, I just know the half name, has just released and it's on demand as well. I'm going to see today. Oh, I'm just kidding. So, okay, application catalog is where the software will be available. So available is that. Required, what is required? Jurassic World. Oh yeah, it's Jurassic World, thanks. Hey, if you have, okay, it's recording, otherwise I would ask if you downloaded it already. Okay, so required means if the application is deployed to a device, the user sees it in Software Center and can install it on demand. So we're going to populate our Software Center, we're going to try to populate our web page, which is called application catalog. So inside the company, you can have those applications available in Foot Locker. No, it's not Jurassic Park 5. It's Jurassic World. I think the new name is that. Come on, guys. Oh, anyway. So, yeah, we were talking about required and available. And then deploying an application. Yeehaw! So now we are ready to do some rock and roll stats. Before that, we have a 10-minute break. It's 7 or now? Or we can start, because these are lengthy steps and I want you all to concentrate We can see the trailer of Jurassic World, or
We can have break now.
yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, 10 minutes
10 minute
or
break, then
yeah.
10 to 12 minutes. Okay.
Okay, that means 6 more minutes. 20? No. So yeah, please guys have a break and please come back so we can start deploying applications, which is the most interesting part here. Pause. All right. So trying to do here now, or what we are going to do here is uh, uh, in the slide it says 7-zip, but we have already 3 software. I hope everyone has downloaded the Google Chrome. So I'm just gonna go there and check. At you guys should be on that link called uh, Google Chrome. Everyone sees this, right? So on software, MSI software, I think I gave that link, and you should be seeing these 2 applications on the Dropbox, and this is in the Google in the Google group, SCCM Google group I've sent. So I'm just going to download this. Although actually, well, already have that. So I'm just showing you this, that you should go there to this Dropbox. I hope everyone has this. I'm just gonna go locally to the folder where I have my files, MSI software. These are the 3 softwares. So guys, do not go for Acro Read. Go for Foxit Reader and Google Chrome. Right click and copy. You can go for all 3 as well. We're just gonna try to throw on our Windows client these software and see which one gets first or reaches the clients first from SCCM. I'm just copying. Okay, I'll just copy all 3. Whatever. Copy and I'm just going to server 2. In the SCCM server, in the local disk, there's a folder called software, and I'm pasting it here, all 3 software. So there is already ccm setup.msi file, which, you know what? Okay.
Where Amir, you are, where you wanna put that?
So did you download it from Dropbox? Everyone has downloaded from Dropbox?
Yeah, I have on my local machine. So what's that?
Yeah, so copy it to the server 2 SCCM folder, SCCM C drive. So it's a software folder inside my SCCM server, and it is server 02. And it's everyone has should be done with this, and then we can go ahead with. So it should look like this on the SCCM server, the Foxit Reader, Google Chrome, and Acro Read. I really want to copy this out of this. CCM setup is mucho importante. MSI file. If later I want to deploy it on any other client which is not accepting this the usual way, so I could just put this file CCM setup MSI. Guys, you should have this MSI file in order to deploy it from group policy later when you really need 4 or 5 client machines to have this quickly. Anyway, this is for later use. Now the steps would be quite straightforward. It will be, so I'm just showing you the 7-zip website screenshot, and there's the MSI version of 7-zip, but we already have that our MSI versions of Google Chrome. Let's use that. You can download this as well if you want. It's also easy. Just go to 7zip.org/download. Okay, so this is the Dropbox link I sent you already, and you've downloaded the software, all .msi software, Adobe Acrobat, Foxit Reader, and Google Chrome. And let's go ahead, and it is time for some nice action. So let me just go with the chat. Let's remove that chat. And everyone has this in place, so I'll just go ahead quickly here. So we can go for inside the SCCM. Now, this software library we haven't touched till now. Let's click this and use this. I hope everyone's machines should be, showing with yes. I have two machines, yes. My domain controller is still no, which is okay, as long as my two client machines are yes. So I'm going to go to the software library, and then I'm going to the application management, and then there is, as we were talking about in the slides as well, there's a applications way of deploying all the software, and there's a packages way of deploying all the software. If you click the packages way, does everyone see see the CCM? So the configuration manager client package. When we deployed this to the machines, Windows 7 and 8, CCM setup through was shown. So in the packages, it records that there was a CCM application deployed to. So I just clicked packages after clicking software library, and then expanding the application management. I'm in packages, and already it shows that there is this configuration manager client package. So what we're doing is we're going to try the applications. If we right click the application, there is create application. Again, guys, it will work if we have our SSM client deployed to our Windows 7 and 8 machines. Let me just resume my Windows 8 machine here. It always goes to pause. I don't know why. I need to really change those settings. But anyway, let me just log into the 8 machine. 7, I'm logged in already. And this is the software center we're going to be dealing with a lot. In fact, I'm just going to, since the software center is open in Windows 7 machine, I'm just going to pin this program to taskbar. We're going to open it from time to time, right? I'm just going to go back. I was just checking my Windows 7 and 8 machines for now. And now I'm just going to go back and click create application. So everyone, every two there, every three. So I'm just going to go ahead quickly because the it's being recorded as well. And so right click applications and create application. Okay, everyone should be seeing this, right? So
Right.
okay, right. Both the two packages. Okay, I'm getting response in right and left. Oh, okay, yeah, that too. So location. So first of all, it's MSI software automatically detect information about this application from installation files type. So location, let's click browse here if this page has opened for everyone. If we browse, we are trying to tell where this application is, and it should be in a shared folder, right? So do we have a shared folder? Did we share that folder? If I go back to that, so I'll keep this open, or I'll cancel and at least keep this window open, where I'm supposed to give a shared folder location on SCCM server. It's not compulsory that it should be SCCM server. It could be domain controller where I already shared one folder, and I could have put all the MSI applications there as well. But we've put it in the SCCM server, so we need to make sure everything is on that server in order to avoid any surprises or connectivity problems with DC. Okay, I'm on my SCCM server. Right clicking the software, I'm just trying to make sure that did I share this folder or not. I don't think we went through this. So I'm going to right click the software folder inside which the MSI files are located, right? So right click this software and then go for share with. It's a quick share, specific people, and of course everyone. Click add, keep it read, click share, Now the link is // server2 / software. Okay, click done. So I have shared my software folder, and okay, and it doesn't have to be. There's a question in the chat that does it have to be a particular folder? No, any folder which is shared and having all the software files is okay. All right. So
usually it's there is a server for such a thing, right? To save all those softwares and.
You're right. So that's a good point. And normally the distribution point, which we are keeping this server right now, normally our file servers are that distribution point where all the software is already present for everyone to choose. So SCCM can use that software that where all the folders are already shared and everything is already in place. And just we install the SCCM distribution point role there on the file server and make it as our distribution point. In our case right now, it's our SCCM itself is our distribution point. So yes, we can make it any kind of file server. In our case, it's this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to that wizard, and now I know what's the path. If I go browse and I'm already on server 2, I'll just remove this path, and if I enter, so when I / server 2 here, there's that software which we just shared. So open and give what are we trying to deploy. Let's go for Google Chrome is 42 megabyte, Foxit Reader is 17 megabyte, AcroRead is 3 megabyte. Guys, about AcroRead, it kind of gives error. So Foxit Reader, go for that. It's 17 megabyte. Let's go for the the smaller one. And then we go for the bigger one as well. So server, share name, and file. Okay. So server 2, software, and Foxit Reader.msi. Let's click next. It should kind of have read that information there, and it could pop up with some kind of message. It could say it's not verified, and it's reading this file, and maybe it gets suspicious and says, hey, where did you get this file? But anyway, so we can just right now, okay, retrieving information, view imported information. Everyone should be getting this screen, and wait, okay, yeah, it's hey, get an SSD, the super slot drive, come on. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Oh, I'm on camera as well. Okay, I'm just having tea. Okay, I think so. View import information. It has retrieved all the information there, and I guess yeah, it does take time. I hope nobody got an error on this screen because we're just starting. Okay, next. Here. Oh, okay, good. So this is where we can put administrator comments. Fox. So I'm just gonna put Foxit Reader for New York branch users. That's just to make an environment. You could just type anything. Administrator comments, Foxit Reader for New York branch users only, and publisher is Foxit, I guess, and software version is latest, I guess. Optional reference, nothing. Administrative categories, we haven't created a page. So we will be going for the catalog and categories later. But if we click select and create, we can create categories, but this is entirely separate lab right now. So I'm just putting information from my side. There's nothing technical here. Then we see that specify the installation program for this application and the required installation rights. You would see this installation program, how it's going to deploy this MSI file, and there is that switch called /q. Anyone knows what's that? It's
Quiet in the background.
yeah, it's like quiet, which means unattended, which is supposed to mean unattended if the creators of Foxit Reader have created or put that code inside this application that it's supposed to install unattended if we put the switch /q. If the developers have done that or supported that feature, it's going to quietly install in the background. No, so if you don't put /q, it's going to be attended installation. This means it's going to stop at certain points and ask you click next and click next and click /quiet is supposed to be unattended, which means in the background just go ahead and install, and it should just pop up as a usable application, or an icon would just show and double click and start using it, right? Supposed to. We're going to check that now. Install behavior. So run installation program as 32-bit process on 64-bit clients. We can click that as well, but right now what we need to do is leave it because our Windows environment is 64 bits. If this application may be 32-bit, but I think it's 64-bit as well. Our CCM setup process is also 32-bit process. Actually making it if you click that option, it's better. Let's just check that, and then we will check the other option as well, where it is without the 64-bit environment, right? So what the purpose is only that if it's a 32-bit application in a 64-bit environment, it should not give any kind of errors. So I'm just clicking that. Behavior, install for user, install for system, or for both. Like not for both. Install for system if resource is a device, otherwise install for user. So either install for user or install for system. We're going to go for system. Or if for system, if resource is device, otherwise install for user. So maybe there's a name in that OU, or not OU. Maybe there's a name in that collection. In SCCM we have collections of users and collections of machines. So there could be a machine name that it will discover that as it will try to discover it. Oh, it's a device. Oh, it's not a device. It's a user actually. So it could just deploy that. So if it's a device, go ahead. Otherwise, go for the user settings, which needs to be implemented in order to deploy this application. Anyway, we're going to just go for install for system. So guys, audio is okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So if audio is not, Rolando, it's audio is okay. Like now it's okay, but did it flicker at any point? Or
It was okay.
oh, okay. Hey, if not okay again. So Roland, it's okay for everyone else, right? If it's okay, then you need to check your internet, man. It could be your side as well as mine. And yeah, can you stop that Jurassic environment? Yeah. Oh, thanks. So others are saying it's very good for today. And go for Rogers, yeah. So I upgraded that package. I had the CIK before. So Roland, I think you need to stop all the other applications in the background. Maybe Jurassic World. You're actually watching the movie now. So can you please stop that movie and email me as well the link for where to download it? Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's okay for everyone. So Roland, yeah, you may have to check your side as well, please. Okay, install behavior is install for system. Coming back to that, it's a /q, which is which means unattended. It's supposed to be unattended. Let's go ahead in install for system. Next.
Can you start from the beginning, sir?
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
God. Hey, I already went back. So now it's gonna take forever. No, it did not. Okay. Next, and install for system, and it's a /q, which it automatically detected, right? /q thing. Next. That's next again. And working. Let me know when it stops for you guys. I mean, like it finishes. Like so, it's creating that application.
Mine is already done.
What? Oh, you already started, right? Okay, done.
SSD.
Yeah, SSD, the SSD gang. So, okay, the create application wizard completed successfully, guys. We didn't change anything other than adding the file and putting some comments, which was the non-technical part of that. Other than that, it was next, finish because of the and we chose install for system, so it's for computers that should be deployed. So close. Of course, that's the only choice we have, and go back to our SCCM console. There it is showing as Foxit Reader. So why everything is success? There's something. Yes, Roland, that's very good point. I mean, when we finish a wizard, it says success. And in previous class, we were happy. Hey, it says success. Then we realized the harsh reality that it has successfully finished the wizard. That's all it means. The wizard is finished successfully. Did it do the task which it was told to do? No. We need to check that ourselves. Thank you very much. So it's a wizard success only. But this is the distribution point part of it. We need to still deploy, which is a separate wizard. We have set it up on SCCM to be deployed. It has not yet deployed because you did not see any collections being mentioned here, right? So everyone should be seeing this Foxit Reader in the applications now. Yes? Yes, okay.
Correct.
All right. Okay, so right-click this Foxit Reader, and you get gazillions and gazillions of options, and you can just go for deploy.
Just deploy?
Just deploy. And
what about manage access accounts?
We have deploy, not just deploy actually.
Yeah, deploy. There is no just deploy. There is just deploy. Anyway, just kidding. So, also just kidding. So, there's a deploy option. Let's just click that and go ahead.
So, guys, deploy or just deploy? I just.
Okay, I'm hitting my head with the camera, so you're gonna see just my forehead like this. Oh, no, okay. So, Foxit Reader, which was deployed, and we clicked the word deploy, yeah, and collection, there you go, where to put that. So we're just going to click browse, and it says all users here. No, we want to deploy it to the machines. Where do we go? We go to the left side and drop down user collection or device collection. So we're just gonna go for device collections here on the left side, on the top. Just click the drop down box and option. Okay, go back
all
where?
Toronto devices.
And all Toronto devices, exactly where our machines are. Syed, where do you want me to go? Yeah, so you could just right-click the Foxit Reader, Syed, and and just click deploy. Exactly, just deploy. Oh, okay. So yeah, there was an issue with just deploy. So Okay, so after that, you're just gonna see where to deploy. We click browse and we click the then we
Actually, we
click
got
the device
confused.
collection.
We just deploy. Can you explain that?
Ah! Okay, so no, that's okay. Just I should stop saying just. So all Toronto devices. In my case, if that gets nowhere, maybe the application is not reaching there, and you're like hitting your head at every wall of your house. After that, you could just select all system as well, which means that any system that comes your way, including domain controller, just deploy that application and check. Anyway, let's go for all Toronto devices for now. Press OK. Automatically distribute content for dependencies. Yes, this option, keep it checked. If there are any dependencies for any particular software, automatically resolve that problem. If it requires, like, suppose Foxit Reader may require Java components, or any MS Office, when you're deploying MSI version of MS Office to 2013, it may require some other Silverlight or some other software, or .NET framework 4 point something. It's going to try to resolve that if it has the access to the files. Okay, next. So till now it's only collection we selected, right? Next. The content distribution points or distribution point groups that the content has been distributed to. So which server, where is that server which is considered as a distribution point? In large environments, in our environment as well, we have a file server. We have some of the file servers designated as distribution point. In our case, if we click the distribution point, it's just our server 2. Everyone should be seeing that, right? So press OK. Next time we deploy the Google Chrome, this server will already be showing here, so we don't need to click add again if we see any server as a distribution point already mentioned on the above screen. Okay, next. This is where we were supposed to select install or uninstall. Guys, I will suggest that you should play with this application feature and wizard a lot. Install the application, make sure it is installed. Try to download many MSI applications from different vendors. Put those applications here one by one. Keep deploying those applications to your client until your client says, yeah.
Yeah, install and just deploy.
Okay, yes, just deploy. Okay, I'm gonna cry on video on screen in front of 20,000 audience. Anyway, so yeah.
Just cry.
Oh my God, just okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just come break the mirror and come out of your screen and okay. So install and uninstall. So try to install every application, try to uninstall them, and do that a lot. I mean, that's how you will see lots of new errors, or maybe you don't see any errors. This means your environment is perfect. Okay, available or required. If we click required, yes, it is required. And pre-deploy software to the user's primary device, we can already deploy that even before its scheduled time. Then there is send wake up packets. We can send, there is wake on LAN feature as well, and machine that you are trying to deploy a software and the machine is actually shut down. What do you do? So there's a wake on LAN feature. For this, the machine, the SCCM will start that machine if it supports the wake on LAN. It will, if it's in the shutdown position, it will start, and then the SCCM will automatically deploy that application. Right?
Shutdown or sleep or hibernate? I don't think so. We can.
Oh yeah, it's not, sorry, shutdown if it's on sleep or hibernate, or whichever condition supports wake on LAN. Hey, doesn't it support with shutdown as well?
I'm not sure. I don't
if your machine is connected to an,
of course.
Okay. So if your machine is connected to a network, as long as it's connected to the network, the Beacon LAN packets should be starting it. But definitely, it's the hibernate and sleep, where your machine is still off limits for any deployment. So you go for vehicle LAN. Allow clients on metered internet connection to download content. What is a metered internet connection? If you're deploying it over the WAN and you are after it's not after the installation deadline, which might incur additional costs. Additional cost means you're trying to deploy it on a metered internet or a paid internet connection. Every internet connection is paid, of course.
They are charging you per MB basis or data is
Yeah.
like
If you use a lot of software, additional charges will be. If you're using a lot of bandwidth, additional charges will be incurred. Anything for weather, Wi-Fi? There's a comment on chat that anything for weather on Wi-Fi versus LAN package may be heavy for users working from home. Yes. Anything on WAN is going to get heavy when you start deploying bigger applications. Maybe SCCM setup client, it's not big. We may still be able to afford that even over WAN. But when it comes to applications, yeah, we have to be very careful about that. That it should not be using WAN. Otherwise, good luck, admin. When the cost comes and you have just deployed on 10,000 machines, some of the machines were WAN, over the WAN, across the WAN. So yes, right now, yeah.
Could you explain more about this cost? And I didn't get this point actually.
Over the WAN, if you deploy a bigger application, then it might use much more bandwidth than was allotted by the ISP to the company. Maybe the company bought only 500 GB per month or 1 terabyte per month.
So it's only bandwidth issue and
yes. So whenever you run over that limit or that ISP has allotted to the company, it will start costing you.
yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, that's okay. So guys, welcome. So here we need not to select anything. We're just gonna click required and
can
click
you
install and go ahead.
Can you recheck your speed test?
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, there is some issue. Jittering and
Wi-Fi. Oh, upload has gone a little down. Kinda. Okay, what happened? So it's not clear.
there was a small jittering phase, like your audio was not synced with your video and little bit jittering as
Oh, okay.
but now it seems to be fine.
Okay. Would it be making a difference if I make it 20 upload, 30 instead of 10 Mbps, 20 Mbps? Right now,
I think
okay.
10 Mbps
Yeah.
is fine. Maybe instead of Wi-Fi, you should use cable or something.
Actually, I don't just understand the point why you need the video. I mean the video yourself, the webcam.
I'm having different, kind of like this. Yeah, you can see like this. Oh, anyway, yes, video takes bandwidth. That's a good point.
Yeah,
So
we don't need the webcam. Like the screen, yeah, it's necessary, but
you just, yeah,
I'm sorry, Amir, why we
you
need
just really hurt my feelings. But anyway, I'm turning off the video now.
No,
Never.
it's fine. It's better actually.
Oh,
You can
so
see your expression as well. You're
like this.
having tea or something.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, if it jitters again and again, yeah, then I have to turn it off. But if it's just like once in a lifetime kind of thing, oh, once in a course time, one is in a class time. Anyway, let's go ahead. Class time, yeah. There's someone listening to the radio, or hey, what's the weather? Okay, anyway, so install and required. If everyone's there, click next. And there's that schedule. So we can schedule it. We can schedule it according to
What
the.
option you select from all three checkmarks?
Uh, so we will keep it default as soon as possible after the available time, right?
No, no, from the previous screen, there was
Oh,
three checkbox. Previous. Your daily log.
ah,
Yes.
okay. I was
All I
looking next
checked.
and seeing. Okay, anyway, none of the options I am selecting in the previous screen. So none of the options I'm selecting in the previous screen. This screen. Next, this is the default. As soon as possible after the available time. Otherwise, we can schedule day and time, or according to different time zones, we can schedule it as well. So as installation deadline as soon as possible. Next. Okay, specify user experience setting for this deployment. If you drop down this option here, display in Software Center and show all notifications. If you do not want the user to see what's going on, you can select the third one, but we're going to go for the display in Software Center and show all notifications. Display in Software Center and allow and only show notifications for computer restarts. No, we're going to go for all, but in production environment, we go for the third one. Hide all notifications. The end user is not supposed to see or know any of these
But
things.
what if computer is going to be restarted? We should tell
Yeah, it's
client that your
according
computer
to
is going
the,
to be restarted.
yeah. In our company, if it requires a restart, the option we manually send an email and we make sure, like, it's a separate group email. These clients in your group are going to be restarted at this time. But yes, from a software center also, we can just put the notification. It's also a good idea. For now, let's go for show all notifications so we could know what's going on in the client side. When the installation deadline is reached, allow the following activities to be performed outside the maintenance window. Maintenance window in SCCM terms is nighttime, like midnight. So it's like between 11 up to 2 o'clock, or 11 up to 2. After that, or 11 up to 1, 10 up to 1 o'clock at night. And after that maintenance window, it would just go for these things. So when the installation deadline is reached, allow the following activities. What is the activity? Software installation, allow that, and system restart if required to complete the installation. We can click this uh, as an extra. So the deadline is, like, suppose if we have scheduled it at 9 o'clock, after that, or at night, or 12 o'clock at night, and the machines are on, we can just allow these activities. Especially system restart could be omitted because the user may have left the machine locked and may have had some things going on, and normally we all do that. So in production environment, we always warn all the users it's going to be restarted. So we are very specific about whenever the machine has to restart. Otherwise, users really then protest. Um, okay, so uh, system restart, we can click that as well. Suppose we're not looking at it for some time and it restarts. If it restarts, we'll know right away, oh, okay, so SCCM did do something. Otherwise, it's always like look at the logs and try to know what's going on. So I'm just selecting both. If it requires a restart, it will restart. Foxit Reader does not require restart. I know that for, well, I hope it should not. Okay, commit write filter handling for Windows embedded devices. Commit changes at deadline or during a maintenance window requires restart. During means that in SCCM terms, the maintenance window is the midnight hours. Uh, Commit changes, yeah. So try to commit changes and do what you're supposed to do, which is just software deployment. If the option is not selected, content will be applied on the overlay and committed later. So it could be, so you're just mentioning that, hey, do it during the maintenance window hours or after those hours, but do it this midnight. as soon as possible. Don't delay. So we are just saying that, right? Next, specify configuration manager and operations manager alert options. This is like if you have SCOM, System Center Operations Manager, it is a very good idea to always enable this. So SCOM will give SCOM or SCOM, people say it like SCOM as well. SCOM will give you alert if there's a deployment alert when the threshold is lower than the following. So if the success is not achieved, like 0, it will inform. Threshold for failed deployment, if the create a deployment alert when the threshold is higher than the following. If there was one failure, try to do that. If there was 0 success, try to do the same thing, right? We have 1 failure or 0 success. SCOM, we don't have SCOM, so we can just uncheck them. But enable System Center Operations Manager maintenance mode if you want Operations Manager to generate alerts when this application is deployed. Configuration Manager generates alerts when the application is deployed. So it's all about Operations Configuration Manager and Operations Manager. Guys, so this is the SCOM. I was reading opposite. This is the Configuration Manager internal alerts, so SCCM internal alerts, and this is the SCOM alerts, right? So yeah, we are let's turn that on. At least we get the some kind of alerts that the Configuration Manager itself will receive. But we don't have SCOM, so yeah, we're not gonna touch these guys. But these are internal ones. Okay, next. And there you go. Confirm the settings for this new deployment and click next. Yeehaw. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's done. Cool. So this was the first deployment. And close. All the summaries there. Status is active. If we click this, if we just click, not double click, if we just click it, there is a lot of information in the at the bottom area. If we go to the extreme right of that, we can keep going down, 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 and it's going to show that it is active and in progress on one machine and one targeted, and then deployment types are there. Foxit Reader is the only one for now. Deployments are there. It's going to this all Toronto devices. We have gone through deployment, the wizard for the deployment of one application, Foxit Reader. Now I'm gonna go for the second one a bit quickly. I would ask you to also go ahead with the Google Chrome as well. Let's throw both of them at the clients and then see the results, because we then can cover other topics as well. Right click. I'm just gonna go again for the Google Chrome this time. Every option is the same, but I'm gonna go and still stay what I'm selecting, but I'm gonna go a little faster. You can start as well. Right click applications again and go to create application. It is asking for MSI file. We haven't dropped down this actually, by the way. So guys, look at this. When we start the first screen, MSI file was the first one, but if we drop down, as there was a question from another student that are there any other files there? So yes, there are many files types there. Phone app, mobile cabinet, iOS and Android, Nokia, Mac and web applications. So we can deploy all these kinds of packages as well as application virtualization. So there's a lot of phone support, right, for Android, Apple and Nokia, and Windows Phone is of course always there. But this is the MSI file. I'm just going to go for Google Chrome now. Browse, and the folder is there. Double click Google Chrome. The Google Chrome is also .msi showing there. Next, it goes ahead. So I'm going for the second application, throwing that away. This also is giving time for the Foxit Reader to be properly deployed to the clients as well. We need to always give a little time to the applications and do not expect everything to be perfectly happening the next second, right? We always have to give time. I'm still going to my SCCM Windows 8 client and
But
starting.
as soon as I log in on the client machine, it gave me the message to install the application.
Okay, that is very, very, very
Very
good.
quick.
Very quick. I mean, your network is like woohoo. So if I go to my Windows 7 client, and let me just F5 this and so close. And yeah, software changes are required. Your IT department requires changes to the software on your computer. Click here for options. Did you get the same option, Manzur? Yeah.
I got three options actually. One was like there is a new software available to install. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Then
there it is.
that's yeah.
Downloading and
Yeah,
installing
yeah,
software.
that third one as well. Yeah, these three are
Okay. Hey,
messages.
that's so cool. Guys, the point to be noted, is it unattended? Changes required. Okay, a common user who's not a technical person, a banker or an insurance broker would not know all this, right? So they would just say, "Oh, what is this? Changes required by your IT department have been made." Okay, who cares? Press OK. Oh, okay. This application. Oh, it's downloading 12%. Foxit Reader. Yeah, I requested for that. So, okay, I'll just let it go because we did not hide this in the option. It's showing there, but we need to see that too, right? What happens on the client side? I'll minimize that. It's the software center that just popped up. I'll go back. Is it on Windows 8 client as well? I'm just gonna check the other one, which was actually sleeping at that time. Oh, I should not at once or already open this. Okay. Oh, that's the USB message. But okay, I'm back to my SCCM server and I'm deploying the Google Chrome now. Next, Google Chrome administrators comments only for the London branch users. Just giving it comments because in the application catalog, it's going to show that information. So publisher is Google. Software version is
Application catalog is ITIL meaning or
no.
yeah.
SCCM has its own application catalog, a web page showing all the installed or available applications.
Shahidur, what do you think?
So yeah, ITIL also has this term, but this is SCCM term. Yeah.
Yes, IDIL service catalog, I guess.
Hamdan, I didn't get the question. Can you please ask again?
Whoa, what was that? Okay.
I didn't get the question.
So the question was that is it application catalog? Is it the same as in ITIL?
No, it's not.
Oh,
That
exactly.
is called service catalog.
Yeah, service catalog. Okay, cool. But yeah, the terminology might be the same. So
Yes.
software version. Thank you. Okay, so software version is latest, and I'll just go for guys. You can see that it's also /q, and /q is there. I would just go for run installation program, a 32-bit, add 32-bit process on 64-bit clients. Install for system again. Google Chrome is a bit heavier application, so yeah, it might take a little longer. Next. And these are the details it got from the Google Chrome MSI file. The SCCM got these details. Next. Okay, it's kind of working. The create application wizard completed successfully. I think for everyone, Google Chrome create application wizard is done, but we need to still This is a favorite for Hamdan. Just deploy. And yeah, I was about to beat my head to the wall for the first time. But okay, so let's just deploy. I'm just right-clicking the Google Chrome and deploy. So Foxy Reader is actually there. Let's go for Google Chrome. I'm just going to put the collections there. When I click browse, instead of user, I'm going to go for device collection to see the results quickly. Guys, I would need Google Chrome on all systems. So I'm just going to do a little different thing now. All systems means my domain controller, my SCCM server, and the 2 clients. So I'm just clicking all systems. Just, it's a lab. We can just experiment anything, right? We already know that Toronto services is there. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to just deploy on all systems. Okay. Press OK. Just deploy. Yeah.
Just OK.
That's okay. Okay. So that's even different. Just cool. Okay. So automatically distribute content for dependencies. Yeah. If there's any dependency there, just try to deploy it, install it from the internet, or if you have the access to the files. Next. Yes, the distribution point is this server, not any other file server. So I'm just gonna go there, press OK, and next, install. Yes, but I would definitely go for uninstall, then install, then uninstall, then install. For both applications, Foxy Reader is installed. If it is installed, I'm gonna go for uninstall as well. So required. I'm just gonna select required here.
What's the difference here, required and available? Can you tell?
Yeah, so required is it's going to deploy it without users, proper permission or anything. Yeah. Available is, user is it's on demand for user. So I'm just gonna go for required. So it just starts installation, but we will just see.
Same when Microsoft is saying you're gonna restart your machine, they just restarting it, not asking anything else.
Oh, so yeah, it is restarting now.
Yeah, just
God. So it's installed already. Foxy Reader. I went to Windows 7, but why did it restart, Ahmed? Did it restart for you, Manzar?
No.
Okay, and the application is installed.
Yeah, for me it's ready like 3 minutes already.
Oh, restarted. Okay, maybe it required a restart or something. Okay, so it's installed. Is it installed? I wanted to make sure that the application is installed quietly, which means if I had chosen the hidden option, the Foxy Reader icon would have just popped up like this as it is showing it on my screen. If I double click that, I'm ready to use the application. It was a perfect unattended installation, right? So it was /Q switch, which is quiet, which means quietly install in the background. But we wanted to see every notification, so every notification popped up. Otherwise, it would have been just option appearing here. Okay, that's good.
Amir,
yep.
Foxy was installed on my Windows 8, but there is no any
icon
Foxy on my Windows 7.
Okay, and it's the opposite here. It's on my Windows 7, but not on 8.
Yeah, but because on 8 you have to search for it. Just search Foxy Reader.
Hey, that's good. If I go and search, but did you get the notification of getting installed?
No. In Windows 8 I can see that notification, but in Windows 7 the same screen.
Okay, the software center always receives that software. You could make sure the connectivity is okay. Otherwise, simply deploy that software to that collection again. You could just deploy, or you could create another collection for those computers which had deployment failure, or you could just have a collection for just that Windows 8 and deploy to only that. But even if you deploy to that same collection, wherever it is installed already, it's not gonna touch that. It's not gonna override that.
You can check the SSM center and check how many deployments already done there on the server itself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you.
From the deployment types here and summary and for Foxit Reader. So Gregory, if it did not do that, just redeploy, deploy again the Foxit Reader.
Deploy, Gregory.
Okay.
In production environment, how can you be sure that some computers, I mean all computers deployed, but you're gonna report user calls or what if they
No. So we have to make sure our side, and there is a report that we're gonna go. I'm in the process of deploying Google Chrome. So right after this, I'm going to go to the deployment area for Foxit. If you click here, if you're seeing my screen, Foxit here. If you just click that, we went down there, right? So if you keep going down the summary screen, it would have said active 1 or deployments go there. It tries to tell that what's going on with the screen. But let me just finish this and then we're going to go and check that in detail. One more thing is, so guys, have anyone successfully deployed the Google Chrome?
Me, yes.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So how many successes? But let's just check that out. Okay, I'm just clicking next for required as soon as possible. Next. There's nothing, difficult here. Show all notifications, software installation, system restart, commit the changes right away. Next. Create a deployment alert and create a deployment alert for success, success and failure. And configuration manager should be reporting, or the client should be reporting to configuration manager, hey, I need to report if it was successful or not. So we need to know that. Next and next. So working for Google Chrome and close. Okay, I'm just gonna go now to Foxit Reader because in my Windows 8 also it did not deploy. If the Software Center is still open in Windows 8, if I press F5 here, nothing, no status change here. Okay, I'm just going to redeploy, and I'm also going to check if the firewall is not on and the connectivity basically is okay or not. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly right-click the Foxit Reader and click deploy and browse and go to my collection which has just 2 PCs just to make sure that I'm okay, has already been deployed to. Sorry, see this? If I try to redeploy to the same collection, the application Foxit Reader has already been deployed to the all Toronto devices collection. If I need to just deploy on that application, Windows 8 machine only, I need to create another collection or click browse. That machine is part of all systems as well. I hope it lets me do that because I did not deploy Foxit Reader for all systems. I did use all systems for Google Chrome. Okay, it lets me do that. But not the
check the server first before doing that.
Server time. Okay, yeah, for the Foxit Reader. So if I go there, click and go down and check the summary. There's a content status where we need to go, but if we go down first, there is 1 success showing here and 1 active. So 1 machine was targeted because 1 machine was found by it. Yeah.
Could you check after that the group that you applied to? How many machines is inside?
Yeah. So if I go to Asset and Compliance and go to Device Collections and go to Toronto Devices and show members, right-click the Toronto device and show members. It has these 2 machines. Why? What happened?
Thank you.
No, welcome. Okay, so software library, Foxit Reader. I wanted to know how many machines got it. Okay, so there is yeah. Okay, you're right. Excellent. I mean, I'm just talking to Wall. Hey, Wall, you're right. Yeah. So okay. So Foxy Reader. I will go to the content status. So guys, there is this option for all the applications that we deploy. Content status. When you click Foxit Reader, below in the summary, there's a content status. If we go to the content status, there is all these files already available, but Foxit Reader is there, right? If you go to the Foxit Reader and view status, then it starts giving you detail about just the Foxit Reader. So if I go back again to the software library, if I click Foxit Reader, then there is a content status when I click summary for the Foxit Reader. Content status, click there, and then go to Foxit Reader, click again, which is in content status now. It has taken us in the monitoring, and then we go for view status. That tries to give us a detail of how many machines. So in progress, is there anything in progress about Foxit? Nothing is in progress. Is there any error, retrieving any error, or refreshed? Doesn't give any. Unknown, no details other than one success. And this is also deployed from this. And deployed, does it say that where it deployed? So if I go to more details, oh, that's where everything is. So it just deployed the source. It just shows us the source, and this is supposed to give us a little more information than previously. If I still go to the content status in monitoring, I go for Google Chrome. Hey, it also says one success. So this means my Windows 7 has now Google Chrome as well. Oh yeah, if I go to Windows 7 now, and I'm there, if I click Google Chrome, it's on 13% deployment in my software center. Okay, 2 applications are deploying. One is successfully installed, second one is on the way. And so the icon should be appearing after it reaches 100%. 19% is there. So guys, everyone, so Hamdan and Manzar, do you have both applications installed on 2 machines?
For me, it's the same like you have.
1 machine?
Yeah, only 1 machine. And I just changed the priority. I put 8 first, and now I'm deploying back, but I have to install them first.
Okay, so you're uninstalling now?
No, not have started yet.
Okay, okay. So Google Chrome is installing after, and oh, okay, guys, yeah. So Windows 8 client, I deployed, I think, again, and on Windows 8, Google Chrome installed first, and because it was deployed first on Windows 8 on all systems, remember, and both applications in front of me just got installed on Windows 8 as well, because they redeployed it. So it's okay to redeploy where the Windows 8 or Windows 7 did not get it the first time, right? It did not do any kind of hurdle for the user. If we hide these messages, it's the redeploy will just happen in the background without showing any message. So both applications on Windows 8 are deployed, and on Windows 7, yeah, second one is still 71%. Somehow it's slower in Windows 7 and much faster in Windows 8.
So you didn't do anything, right, for Windows 8?
No, I redeployed it. So when I was here, so I went to software library, and I again clicked Foxit. So Google Chrome, I already clicked for all systems.
Yeah.
So it went for both machines, Google Chrome. I just tried. Then Foxit Reader did not let me go for all Proto devices. So I also deployed it to all systems again. So it should be showing all systems here as well, but Foxit. So I redeployed it with a different collection.
It works. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How you redeployed it?
Oh, just right click again. No, let me show you. If you go and try the same collection, it's gonna give you an error. So I tried Toronto devices, which I deployed already from Foxit Reader. When I press OK and click next, it's gonna give me this error. So try a different collection. So browse, go to all systems, which we did not try before. I tried this as well, so yeah, it's letting me do that. But because of this, I got it deployed to both machines as well. But you try different collection when you get an error. That's the main thing.
Can you refresh this window? Like, I don't know. It should show 2 deployments here. In this case, like what he did.
So again, sorry, what's the question?
Can you refresh this window because like it should show 2 deployments here.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Actually, it's just showing one. For Google Chrome, it was one, but Foxit Reader, it should have shown me, but it did get the application deployed. It's not showing that. We need to find out why. But that only is it supposed to just show one collection? After that, how many collections you try, maybe it just shows one collection. Guys, yeah. So I'm going to quickly just give it the uninstall order and go ahead. So I'm going to go for Foxit Reader and going to go to deploy because I know it is deployed already, right? If I want to uninstall, what will happen? Browse. Okay, cancel out first. Is there an uninstall option directly here? Distribute content, relationship. It's just deploy.
Delete.
Yeah, there is delete option that it's going to just remove this from here permanently. But it's not going to delete unless you
deploy. There was an uninstall option in deploy wizard.
Yeah, so we should be using that, but I was just trying to see here that there's a retire option, there's a reinstate option, there's a delete option, but they all are like removing this from here permanently. But if I just want to keep the application here, but only uninstall, if I want to go to uninstall, I will still go to deploy.
Even if you delete it from here, it's not going to be uninstalled from the client.
Yes.
It would be there.
Exactly. We must not do that. Definitely. That's a good point. Okay. I want to uninstall Foxit Reader. Click browse. From where? The same collection. Okay. If I go to same collection, all Toronto devices, press OK and click next, it's not going to let me go. What do? I have to remove the collection first from this. I'm not removing the application, but I have to remove the collection. Right click. So I click the application here. On the bottom, I'm on deployments, not summary, not deployment types, but deployments, right? And here the collection shows. For who? Foxit Reader. For what? Foxit Reader. So all Toronto devices, I'm deleting it. Delete the collection. That doesn't mean that the application has gone from those collection. It's just removed from here, so I could do something else with Foxit Reader, right?
Can we edit it like to uninstall the application? There was an option property when you right click on that. Go to the Google.
Yeah, okay, let's go to the Google and let's go to properties.
No, all systems collection properties.
Okay, although there are many options here as well.
So is there any option to uninstall it?
That's the
deployment settings.
Is there an action tab here?
Deployment settings. Yeah, this is the action one. We cannot edit that.
Is it grayed out for you as well?
Yes.
So yeah, they don't want us to do that from there. So I have already removed the collection, but this is a good point. That yes, if we go right click and we should be there's that option as well, but it's just grayed out. But this means that the option is there. It could be not grayed out at certain points, right? So okay, Foxit Reader. Hey, since you put that point, right click this Google Chrome properties. Application distribution settings are here as well. No, deployment types are here as well. And if we click there and click edit and go to nothing. So we just wanted to exhaust all the options, right? which is a good idea. Okay, at least we know now that there is no option here. So I have removed the collections for Foxy Reader. I'm just going to right click and deploy again. And this time click browse, same machines, all Toronto devices, press OK. And next, and yes, this time the distribution point is already showing. Next, and we go for uninstall. So we can see now there is no, we cannot choose between required and available. It's just required to be uninstalled. Okay, next, as soon as possible. Next, display in the center, yes. And if it requires a restart, restart that. Software uninstall. Before it was installed, now it's uninstalled. Yes, do both. And commit the changes during the maintenance if it goes to the maintenance time. Next. Yes, send us the failure or success reports if there are. Next. Next. Okay. Foxit should be uninstalled or should start uninstalling if I, click close, Windows 7. Software was installed successfully, and F5, maybe some operation started or not. If I click close here, and open the software center again here, I just pinned it here so I don't have to search and open it, because it was doing everything right away, and it's from both deployments, right? So F5 here on Windows 8. I'll give it some time and close this, but now, if I go back to 7, no, that was just available software. Installed software is there, right? So I'll just give it time, and let's see if it uninstalls as quickly as install. Why is it? Okay, this is showing collection. Yeah. So see, guys, Foxit Reader, when you click, collection is showing in deployments as well as the action uninstall now. So we'll give it a little time, F5 it or packages, and then go back for applications and deployments. Uninstall. If I go to summary, is there? Oh, it says one success. If I go to Windows 7, F5, and Windows 8, F5 for the icon. Here's the icon, right? So it should go away. Okay, let's give it time. So install an application and uninstall an application. We know now that how it is working. There are other stuff as well. I'm just giving it time, so the uninstall we can check later. If I go to back to the slides, we have certain more things. If I go to the slide, so everyone's on the screen, there's a simulate an application deployment option as well. So you try to do the same steps of deployment, but the main thing is it's a simulation. So it's not like so there was that application 7-zip. If we right click our Foxit Reader, there's a similar deployment right above the just deploy, and there's a just similar deployment, and that's just simulation. Okay, that was third just was the actual just, original just. So
I tried it, but after applying the simulation, it was not allowing me to deploy the actual application. It was giving the same error. It was giving the same error.
For the
you already
deployment.
Deployed it. Yeah, you already deployed it.
So yeah, simulation, the scenario. Why and when do we use it? So it would be when we haven't tried one application already. So before actually installing it, we can simulate that. So that's why it makes sense that it should be giving an error. That's why I will try to get more MSI packages.
What you are talking about? I missed maybe something now.
Maybe? No, you did really miss something. So that was
Just explain that again, please.
Yeah, just explain. God, I hear just. Okay. Anyway, so
You said just 3 times. I didn't comment even.
oh man, I don't know how did this just become a big deal, but yeah, I noticed it today as well that was too many just. Okay, so simulate. If I go for right click, I need a application which has not been deployed yet, right? So right click, and if you just put right click to any application, there's that simulate deployment. If we click that, first of all, simulate means, hey, test it before you deploy. Let's simulate a deployment of an application and see maybe the application during the creation of this wizard, or during duration of that wizard, the application gives an error pops up. So a simulation would save us time where we would have actually started deploying some application and started giving some errors right away. So let's go ahead and I should have a third. Oh, I have a third application called Adobe Acro Read. So right click applications, create application. I'm going to add this third Acro Read application, and we're gonna simulate that, right? That's a good one. So it's not already deployed. So next, so Adobe Acrobat Reader, it's going to try to extract information from Acro Read, and one day it's going to go ahead. Monday, Sunday. Oh man, yeah. If the video is on, I cannot have a sip of my tea like this. Oh, I just did. Okay. So simulation. So first of all, I have an application that has not been deployed yet. So I want to simulate it first, the deployment. So yeah, all the for all the users in Singapore branch. Okay. Next, and publisher is Adobe. And yeah, run in 32-bit and install for system. Next. So application creation is done. SCCM now knows this application. Let's simulate that. So right click Adobe Reader and simulate deployment. I hope it does not give an error. Collection. I'm simulating this at what if I deploy it on Toronto devices. So simulation means what if. Press OK. Action is install or uninstall. Okay, I install. Next. And next. And success simulate application deployment. If we click close, so Adobe Reader, if I go to deployments, this is this summary. If I go to summary, revision active one. If I go to client side, oh, hey, removal complete. Is the removal complete for everyone else? If anyone tried removal, uninstall?
For Windows 8, it's okay.
For my Windows 7, Foxit is gone. Or on Windows 8.
And 7 too.
Okay, good.
And what is XP in mind? They're both gone.
Do you have XP? You kidding me? Okay.
Amir, question.
What?
When you deploy an application from SCCM, and during the deployment, user restart his computer. So what's gonna happen?
Yes. So that's a very good question. Just like if we are installing now an application and we restart, yes, it could have then unexpected results. Maybe the application was making changes in the crucial files of the operating system. It's going to disturb that too. Or at most, application will not be installed. So it's going to leave some files in the registry. It could pop up some errors when you restart the computer again. So yes, that's a bad thing. That's why in our environment and in every environment, it's like, hey, we're going to deploy some application and software, and the instructions are given to the users that this weekend we are deploying that. Keep your desktops open, just logged off, and then when you come back on Monday, then there are instructions for some applications. Hey, you have to restart, or that just log in and work as usual. That's all. So definitely, user is not supposed to restart, and definitely application deployment is done professionally. Like every user is informed before it starts, even with all the instructions.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah. So Fox is successfully uninstalled on Windows 8 and 7 both, which is mucho good.
And do the unattended installation of OS.
Oh, buddy, that's coming, and that's not the only part. There will be imaging, there will be capture, there will be migrations. You're gonna be like, like this later. So yeah, this was the easy part.
This is gonna be today, Amir, no?
If in next 12 minutes, I don't think it's possible in next 12 minutes. So,
But we try our best.
No, I just forget about that time. Just forget.
Oh.
Such a nice class. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Okay. So yes, it was enjoyable, and this just gives us more power when we get more knowledge. That we can actually play with the whole environment. So yeah, simulation, guys. 8-point acro reads. I was already suspicious about this application. It had given me some errors in before. I don't know why I even added that. So we can try. I'll try to get, or guys, everyone, can you also try to get 5 or 6 MSI applications so we can experiment all the other features with those applications. Otherwise, you want to try something else, then remove the deployments from here and then try again. You know, so what we are supposed to see here for simulation. First of all, purpose. It shows as simulate. Foxit Reader, the purpose is required. For Google Chrome, the purpose is required. So Adobe Acrobat already showing that it's just a simulation. Second thing, I'm not supposed to, we're not expecting it to be deployed on the client side, but the main thing is that it should be. Oh, what happened now? Okay, it was like okay. Anyway, so we are just supposed to see summary, content status, and where's the there it is, Adobe Acrobat Reader, Acro Read, and view status, and it should say something here as well. Let's give it time because it took time to show us the simulate option there. So simulation for software does not install software, but if there are some errors, it should pop up during this wizard. Otherwise, it's just harmless simulation. And we can test further stuff in next 10 minutes.
Amir, what kind of errors you can see? I mean, in simulation mode.
So guys, yeah. So simulated applications appear in the deployments. So it is about that, Gregory. Simulated applications appear in the deployments node of the monitoring workspace with the purpose of simulate. As said earlier, you cannot deploy an application with the deployment purpose of uninstall if a simulated deployment. You cannot uninstall something with simulate. You cannot use simulated deployment for collections of mobile devices. Simulate is just giving these creation of application. That's all. But other than that, it is just simulation of simulation of creation of application. It's nothing else. So this is just there are many bigger applications. So Office 2013, you want to deploy the whole thing. It has Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so many other things. When you go for big applications, even the creation could come up with some errors. So that's why I'm saying if we have Office 2010 Office 2007 MSI file. Anyone who has Office 2010, 2007 older Office or newer Office full folder, you would see a .msi of that as well, or any 5 or 6 or 10 other applications that has MSI. So we could play a lot with these because this is not the only thing. We're gonna create packages as well that uses different features. So for this slide, there are 10 minutes left. 8:30. Let's try to finish on time today because we started on time. So guys, also we're gonna start at sharp 5:30 and we're gonna finish at 8:30. Application catalog point is used for end users to go on the website and install the application that are published for them. So application catalog is a role that needs to be deployed on SCCM, just like the distribution point is a role, but it's supposed to show the application set of applications. So we can quickly do this now, and it should be showing in our applications because it's harmless steps. I mean, on the server side, and then the client side. Actually, all the steps are there, so we could consider it as an assignment, right? Yeah, there are few steps. Since we all have our SCCM clients deployed, we have configuration manager. We are supposed to have that because we need to run now all these stuff. Otherwise, I'm gonna quickly do that in the next class and go ahead. But main thing is on the software center, which we just saw for application deployment. This find additional applications from the application catalog should be enabled, and if it is enabled, the application catalog opens. If you see this screen slide, it shows that 7-zip package, but in our case it should be now showing Google Chrome and our that Foxit reader. So this is I'll just do it, although I'm going to send you a slide and you could try to do it yourself. It's very easy. Otherwise I'll be doing it anyway in the next class, right? Any questions till now, guys? 5 minutes left. Questions. That's good question. Okay, next question. Yeah, actually nobody asked anything, so
so what are we gonna do next time?
That's a very good question. Any question for today? I mean, next time definitely there will be lots of surprises. No surprise. We're gonna try to do two major things. Do a package and do Windows Windows deployment services. Critical updates and everything through SCCM, which is much more organized and it covers huge environments. So many options are there.
He might change his mind in any second. Be careful. Be cautious. He can change very fast.
Hey, Hamdan, you know me very well. Okay, so yeah, so we can either do the package or we will do the WSUS. But there are many other things that need to be done. I wanted everyone to have the SCCM client first deployed, so we could try to do even smaller things. But these are the two major things I have in mind for the next class. Please repeat this lab in the other set. Yeah, so client, so Swastik, you should be contacting. Try to involve me. Have a team viewer installed, and I could troubleshoot with you. Okay, good, Roland. So yeah, please try to have more software on application. Try to have more MSI applications and share with us. If you deploy any other application with MSI, please send it to the group with a link. Upload it to the Dropbox, and so we could all play with the MSI applications, right? So any questions for today?
Thank you so much. Everything is perfect. Thank you a lot.
Oh, thank you. And guys, you have to really install that SCCM, and those who are just watching the video and not here in the class. So I'll have to follow up everyone. I need to know who is at what stage so I could help. This is just for help. This is for your own good. So try to involve me in your troubleshooting wherever you're stuck. Let me know so I could remotely connect. And please try to see those videos. Manzar must have sent or will send those links, YouTube videos, and today's YouTube video also. Try to see all the videos during your commuting. Just listen to them 2 or 3 times. So when you start doing the steps, it will be so easy for you to do the steps. Yeah, Alice, Sagun, Lawrence, Paulina. Wow, 4 people. Okay, yeah, okay, guys. So those who are watching, who are going to watch the video, I'm going to ask you on the group as well. Please reply to me and try to involve me in the troubleshooting and try to get to this where we reach, because next videos, next labs are bigger and it's like beast. Okay, so goodbye everyone. Oh, there are 3 minutes left. So yeah, how was the Jurassic Park? Anyone saw that? Oh, okay. Any questions till now?
Thank you very much for today, Amir.
Okay, welcome. And okay, guys. See you on Thursday. See everyone Thursday. Okay, and watch the videos. So good boy, over and all. Good boy? No, goodbye.